Brian, Atlanta Hot Tub Center, Tub Talk 101, and today, by popular demand, we are going to go forth and review Jacuzzi hot tubs. What's here behind me is a Jacuzzi J425 2017. The J400 series is a higher end series of Jacuzzi, and we're going to go through this guy kind of top to bottom, and we're going to hit the major points. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always comment below. So here we go. Let's go forth and start off with the cabinets, right? There is a door that goes from about here to here, and it has a button. So the door will come off seamlessly, okay? No screws, right? Button, you lock it up, you unlock it, you pull it off. Now, to access all the equipment, I had to pull off each and every one. I had to pull off this panel and that panel. And those, as you can see there on the ground, have plenty of screws to take off. I kind of wish this whole side would come off seamlessly, okay? So let's talk about the base real quick. Guys, this is quite a pedestal they got down here, and here's my reason. Of course, this is all opinion stuff, but I'd have to say that it would make sense for them to be thinking this way. This has no wood base. If you look at a pre-delivery guide for a jacuzzi, you have to actually level the platform, right? You don't level the hot tub because you can't level it because there's no wood base. There's no wood base up underneath to level to. So that's a little bit different than what we're traditionally used to seeing. Normally you have, maybe a wood base and it's wrapped in an ABS pan or something like that so you can level it, because you don't want water sitting around this base, because if you did, then the wood would rot, right? So normally you have the pitch on the concrete or the pitch on the platform, then you level the hot tub and the water runs away from it. In this setup, the water wouldn't be running away from it because you can't level it, so the water would sit around this base. So if I was the manufacturer and I said, okay, I don't have a wood base, because basically what they use, guys, and I'll kind of cut to it, but basically what they use, they take these big 3 or 4 inch hard PVC pipe and they embed it in the foam, and they take these big pieces of pipe and they go down from the actual shell, and then they put this over it, and that's how they're handling it. But again, that's not something you can really level to. So my thoughts are this, right? Manufacturer said, well, hey, obviously if this skirt comes too close to the ground, we're gonna have trouble with this rotting out. We don't have a wood base on it, what do we do? And so they're saying, hey, well, we'll just tell them to level the platform. And then what we'll do is put it on a pedestal, high pedestal like this. It's 5 or 6 inches off the ground to avoid any of this wood rotting. And I think that's what they've done here. So if you're buying a jacuzzi hot tub, just know you need to level the area for it. At least when you get to the 3, 4, and 5 series of Jacuzzi Premium. All right, so enough about bases. Guys, Balboa Electronics, here and here, good job, right? The engineering department for Jacuzzi, they gave them schematics to Balboa, so this is what we need, and Balboa built it for them, and voila, you've got a beautiful circuit board. Okay, I love Balboa. I think they make the best electronics. I think they have for 20 or 25 years, and I think history proves that as well. So top side and circuit board are Balboa. This bad boy is equipped with 24-hour circulation. Do like to see 24-hour circulation? You can set it how you would like to set it. 24-hour circulation just keeps the water constantly filtering and keeps it running through those self-cleaning systems we talk about. Clear rate, ozone, really helping to limit the growth of bacteria in the hot tub. And what does that mean for you? Less chemicals. So good job on that. I do like to see 24-hour circulation in the hot tub. These motors, guys, are LX motors. I know a lot of people are cringing right now with the LX motors. They are mass produced overseas. The first generation of these motors, when they came out, quite frankly, they didn't last very long. But as time has as time has gone by, they've created actually what I believe to be a reasonable motor. We're seeing customers get 7, 8, 9, 10 years out of these Jacuzzi motors. Hot Spring, Watkins Manufacturing, they're using them as well. Most of your high-end hot tub manufacturers are now moving to these LX motors, right? And again, I just think that as time's gone on, that they've gotten better. I mean, you guys know I am more of a Waterway, US Motor, Emerson fan, but again, if they're lasting, so be it. You got these clamps here, and it's kind of hard to see, but each of these motors are clamped in. And one thing I really enjoy about that is over time, these bolts can become rusty that's below the motors, and they can get really rusty, and then they strip out, and you can't get the motor out to save your life. So instead of that, they said, well, look, for longevity purposes, we'll just have this little clamp way up here up top, and all you have to do is bust this clamp loose to replace the motor. So it does make it easy for easy replacement. I mean, you know, if you're relatively handy, a customer could do that. So good for them. Draining right here, guys. We've got a 1.5 inch drain here. I think it's really important to have this 1.5 inch drain here because this thing will take forever if you just use a 3/4 drain like 90% of the hot tubs out there. It'll take you 24 hours to drain the hot tub, right? So having this 1.5 inch drain, it comes with a little blue hose and you just clamp it on there, roll it out. You can drain it in a couple of hours. I think that is a nice touch there. So good for them for doing that. Of course, they do have one of those cute little 3/4 drains over there on the right-hand side of the hot tub at the bottom corner if you want to drain it over time. All right, so moving on up to the shell surface. Speakers inside with the water. I hate it. I can't stand it. I wish Jacuzzi put their speakers up here on the outside and have the cover protect it, right? Put a little something in the molding to have your speakers up here because when they're around moisture like that, they just don't last. Find yourself replacing them every 3 years or so. So I'm not a huge fan of that. So the jets in the hot tub. These are nice jets. They offer some good hydrotherapy and some good pressure. However, they do have moving parts. What does that mean for you? It means every 5 or 6, 7 years, depending on how you maintain the hot tub, you have to replace these jets. They're ball bearings that they use to make them rotate. They'll fail. Different things within the jet itself will fail, and you'll have to replace them. They are making some tubs nowadays with no moving parts with the jets, and that's jets with no moving parts. I'm really a huge fan of that because they basically last a lifetime. You don't really have to worry about replacing them. This guy's equipped with vertical filtration. Guys, you know me, vertical filtration, it's all right. Your suction's down here at the bottom, so you're never really filtering with the entire filter. You're really only using like the bottom third, bottom 40% of the filter. And then what happens is that bottom 30% gets dirty, then you're using another 30%, then another 30%, and you kind of go up the filter that way for the filter to get dirty. So sometimes it can be like almost a misconception, or when you see a filter, you think that the entire filter is being used, and it's not really in a vertical filtration setup. That's why you see some manufacturers will have 2, 3, 4, 5 different filters, right? A lot of that is because they've got to get that water flow through there, so they're using more filters to do that to kind of offset that, right? So they can get more filtration out of their hot tub. These guys right here, cup holders, these are pretty cool. I like them. They light up. It's just a way to see your cup holder at light. Your air controls, they light up so you can see them at night. This raised edge. If I'm not mistaken, Jacuzzi was the first to do the raised edge, at least from the research that I've done. And the reason that they did it is it kind of gives you a better ambiance. And they put the waterfall in the middle, so the waterfall kind of falls into the water. Kind of gives you more of that sound, right, of a river and a waterfall to kind of help you relax, kind of gives you that ambiance. Makes it a little bit difficult when you need to, replace the cover, because that can be a little tricky, because obviously it's a full custom cover when you have something like this. But I do kind of dig the raised edge. And guys, there is something that goes over this, so I don't want you to think that this would be open in your hot tub. You do have like a little thing that kind of sits over this, right? So it's got like a little bag behind it and stuff to try to pick up some of the debris before it hits the filter. Hey guys, quick cut here. I do apologize for that. I forgot something in the video, and that is insulation. This does use full foam insulation, guys. From watching my videos, one of the best ways to insulate, amongst one of the best ways to insulate, really drives down that monthly cost, right? Keeping your hot tub at 102 degrees and below freezing weather and cold weather. So again, guys, thanks for watching Brian, Atlanta Hot Tub Center, Tub Talk 101. This is a review and opinion on Jacuzzi hot tubs. Thank you.